Hey friends, Ari Koinuma here, and today I wanted to share with you my thoughts on the role of the 5 chord in a given song. So the 5 chord is, I call this decisive chord because it really sets up a powerful sort of need for resolution. It just is like a cliffhanger of a chord, and it just really sets up the anticipation of what's going to happen next. And it's so strong that you want to be careful about going there to some extent. So let's say we're in the key of G, right? And then we go from there to 4, the open chord. And then now we go to 5 and back to 1. And that sounds like, oh yeah, that's the end of the song. Now we can go home happy now, right? The 5 to 1 is like the most classic cadence ending to any phrase, and it just has such a sense of finality that I don't recommend using them unless you're really kind of writing like a childlike youthful song that has a real sense of simple optimism. So let's see where else we want to go from the 5 chord. So we're going to start the same way. So I went from 5 to 2, and then that kind of gave it like you set up a question, but then you kind of sidestepped it, right? It just sounds like you softened it with the minor chord of 2. Alright, how about so when I went back to 4, that sounds to me like, you know, you didn't really answer the question there, like, okay, let's keep this going. Alright? Okay, going from 5 to minor 6, that tells me like you had actually not a desirable ending. It's more like a letdown or tragic. Tragic might be a strong word, but sad chord. It just that didn't have the optimistic ending. It just went to somewhere where you're kind of like, oh, right. Now that's interesting. That's a 3 chord, and that really made it sound like you set up the question, but then it didn't go anywhere. It's like, well, I don't know. So I went from 5 to flat 7, the defiant chord. That has a sort of much more oomph to it. So instead of just answering the chord, you wanted to put a bit of an attitude and emphasis on that resolution. Anyway, so on and so forth. So we just, whenever you come across a 5 chord, you just know that it sets up a sense of resolution, and depending on how the song goes or how the melody is, you may or may not want that. So you just want to be aware that that's the power of 5 chord, and you want to wield it appropriately. Alright? Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.